Welcome to the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight and Networking event. My name is Alan Cohen. I am on the board of directors with the Fair Lawn Chamber. I also run a company with my wife, Evelyn, who's a broker owner of Living Great Real Estate. I am the managing director of the company, and we are here in Fair Lawn. I'm delighted today to be hosting this event for the Fair Lawn Chamber, and I have a great guest for you today. Her name is Mira Segal, and I hope I pronounced it right. Mira Segal of DMK Pro. They are financial services professionals. I'd like to introduce Mira right now. Hi, Mira. How are you today? Nice.
Hi, I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's certainly my pleasure to have you. It's great to get together with other members of the chamber so we can introduce your business to the other members and also to the community around us. So, Mira, and you told me to pronounce it like Mira. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company.
So a little bit about myself starts with the history of my name. So I was born in a very, very tiny town in Bessarabia, Moldova, which was Soviet Union. And there was a lot of anti-Semitism there. So my aunt went to register me with the town clerk, and she came with the name of Mira because that's what they wanted to name me. And they said, Mira is not a name.
It's not.
You have to pick another name. So they were kind of doodling around, and they came out with Margarita. So they wrote Margarita, and last name was different. This is my married name. So when I came to United States, Margarita translates into Margaret. In my official documents is Margaret. And I lived with this name my professional life in chemical engineering, which I came with. So I was working, in the first 6 months, I got a job, and I worked as a chemical engineer, and it was Margaret. Then the time came for me to totally change my life because the companies that I worked for, one by one, went overseas. As you know, many industries went overseas at a certain point of life. And I found myself in a little vacuum, got another offer for another job, which probably would be doomed again. And I said, no, I'm going to just wait and see what I want to do. And life brought me by a chance, brought me to the insurance industry. And when I started that in 1995, I decided that I'm Mira now. So from that point, I asked people to call me Mira, and on my business cards are Mira. So that's the story of my name.
Well,
so as you heard,
very nice names. Let me say.
Yeah, there are some Miras. I didn't meet many.
Yes, it takes a little twist of the tongue. So, Mira, is very interesting. You were in chemical engineering before you got into insurance. I mean, they're totally different sides of the spectrum. Just a little bit about your chemical engineering. Obviously, you went to school for that. And yes. How long were you in that field?
Totally 22 years of my life. So 6 years in St. Petersburg, Leningrad, Russia, where I actually came from. And when I came to America in 1980, I was able to secure a job in the first 6 months in the country, even so my English was probably, in my estimate, about 5% of what it is today.
Sure.
But it was sufficient enough to present myself and to take a position and successfully work there until the company...
That was in chemical engineering? Your first job was in chemical engineering?
Yeah.
So
before I got this job, I got all these things, strangely odd jobs. I was cleaning houses, for instance.
Yes.
And then I worked with the company as a receptionist, a wallpaper company, a couple of months. And then I sat down, I typed my own resume, and I sent it out. And I was invited for an interview. In this first interview, I was hired. So it's amazing.
You know what's interesting about that story? Just because it just brought me up. I have a woman that's at the therapy place that I go to, and she does puncture, acupuncture, and all that. But when she first came here as well, she had all these degrees. But when she came over to America, I forgot what exact country, and just like yourself, you came from another country with such high degrees, in a high professional level, and then you had to really humble yourself to, like you said, clean houses, do this and that, because some of those degrees are not one for one over here. So it must have been, a whole mental thing of, coming from such a high professional educational level to come here to America for a better way of life, but yet you had to humble yourself to do other things to get yourself back.
Can I answer that?
That's why I'm asking that question.
Not 1 second did I feel humiliated or downgraded or anything like that. I was so ecstatic to leave the country where we were second-degree citizens, no matter how high we're educated we were. But this, the look of the Jews, I always was in a high position in life. I was a very good student. I didn't have a problem getting jobs. But I wanted to come to a place where nobody asked me if I'm a Jew or I am a black or I am this. I just want to be equal with everybody. And when I came to this country, I did not miss my country one day. The thing is that we take everything with us. We take our culture, we take our literature, we take our music, we take who we are, what we know, our intelligence or whatever. Nobody takes away from us. Nobody can take it away. Our education. So when we come here, we're whole. Yeah. And we gravitate to alike people. So we surround ourselves with American people and people who are from our country, for our compatriots. So we create a wonderful, comfortable situation for ourselves. And I did not have a problem. In the beginning, the professors wash dishes in the restaurants or whatever, but then they come to a point where they show who they are and they are achievers. So that's my story.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, you gave me chills. I had chills up, and no, that's beautiful that that you didn't take offense to it and you really adapted. Well,
not at all.
Well, you wanted to leave where you were and come here for a better way of life. And I hope that's an inspiration to anybody who watches this video, but yet your story alone to come to the United States and America for a better way of life and to adapt to America. So,
Alan, I just want to make one point here that I knew people in my position that took a road for welfare. And I said, what? I did not come for that. I came to make something out of myself. I came to become an American in a true meaning of the word, proud, productive, contributing, and that's what I became. We never went on any, I think over all period of time where I was losing my jobs, I was on unemployment 1 month in my life. And I'm in America 40 years.
Wow,
so that's all. And all the other time, I was building my business. I was working for somebody. Then I started to build my business. And that's my story.
That's
no welfare.
We started with that topic, which is great because I feel a lot of people, when they are doing business with other businesses, such as yourself, and I want to now start focusing on what you're doing now and DMK Pro, they do like to know who Mira is. So they feel comfortable, and they're comfortable to know that you're honest, you're a strong worker, and you're going to have the, the best interest of the client that comes to you.
Absolutely. That's the motto of my business.
A wonderful attitude towards everything. So, Mira, if you'd be kind enough to tell us about DMK, how it originated. I know you're president of it, and tell us about the name, how the company originated, and about being in Fair Lawn as well.
So, in the business, when I started the business, it's interesting. I came to a company that is called National Association for the Self-Employed. And what they did is they sold health insurance for sole proprietor mostly for very small businesses. It's a niche where it's very difficult to become insured and insured for a reasonable amount of money. So this company had low price, and as I found out later on, the worst insurance in the world, but little I knew because it was my first situation. So I became number one in the whole country in the first 3 months. I was like, what? I never sold the thing, but I can adapt to logic into a very articulate presentation where I grab a point which makes sense. And that's how it worked. But in 5 months, I figured out that, oh, no, that's not a product I can sell to people because I'm not comfortable. And I went to a large insurance world where Blue Cross Blue Shield and Oxford and whatever. So I started to work with the larger general agencies and started to sell insurance to businesses. So with that, I met some people who brought me to AXA Equitable, where I became a financial planner. So I did two things. I did work with businesses, providing them with health insurance. In the same time, I was working with Equitable, where I was able to help them with the planning, with the investments and life insurance and other type of insurance that is important to have in life. Then I had made some changes, and it came to a point where I said, I don't want to be a captive agent with any company. I wanted to be able to provide people what they need, regardless if this company wants me to do it or not. So I became a brokerage where I would look at people's situation, analyze their needs, and look where can I fulfill that need with a product offered by different companies. So I started to work with other insurance companies. Life insurance, you want life insurance? Let me check what you need, and I look for 10 different companies and see the best product for you. As far as the investment part, you have to be associated with one broker-dealer. You cannot be associated with even two. So I was working with the broker-dealer Royal Alliance for the last 15 years. I'd actually retired from that business officially today. I transferred all my investment clients to my first line supervisor, who's brilliant, wonderful, kind, dedicated, and I feel very good. I'll still be involved. I'll still be helping. I'll still be answering questions, but I'm not going to be able. But I'm not going to have to answer all the compliance rules, which are so pressing. That's why I decided to step away. Inside insurance world, I now I work with groups, I work with individuals, I help people to find what's available for them or subsidy if they are eligible. But I work a lot with people who are 65 and older, and I probably would like to concentrate the rest of my presentation on that, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So it's a very vulnerable age. So what happens is that we all are familiar with some kind of health insurance we're accustomed to. We got it from our employer, or we bought it individually, or we are a small business, we bought it ourselves. So we know how it works. It has certain constituents there. It has co-payment and co-insurance and maximum out of pocket, and we're familiar with that. When we get to 65, and I love that age because now you don't have to pay thousands of dollars for your insurance. So we earned our Medicare Part A, and we have to pay for our Medicare Part B, depending on how much we're making. And then what does it cover? And how do I substitute for that? And how do I live with it? And what do I need to do? People have millions of questions. They have different situations. Some people, 65, are still working. What's better for me? Do I turn completely to Medicare or stay with my employer's plan? Somebody has to analyze it. Somebody has to look at numbers and see, you are better off. I recently worked with a wonderful guy, mayor of a town, ex-mayor, and I told him, stay where you are. So that means I'm not going to make a sale, but that's absolutely not important because sincerely, I'm telling you, I just love people. It's my nature. And when they come to me and they walk out of that door with the eyes light with knowledge and understanding, that's my biggest reward. Then comes some commissions, which I don't mind, but making a difference in people's life in every possible way I can, it is my calling in life. I ask myself uh, sometimes, I have a big passion. I'm a like really big time gourmet cook and a baker.
Wonderful.
And I asked myself a question, say, why are you cooking? There are so many other things to do. Why are you cooking? And I read an article of a film director, Ang Lee, in Bon Appetit magazine, and he wrote, I come home very rarely because I'm on the road all the time. But when I come home, the first thing I do is cook, because it's such a sure way to put all my love into their bodies instantly. So I said, now I know why I cook. And I do it with passion and love and inspiration all the time.
Mira, that's really wonderful stuff. And I like the point of how you said if a client comes to you and it's not right to take them out of where they are and you do not make a sale or a commission, you are fine with that. And I think
I'm not more than fine with that.
I
am
happy. And you're very happy because that person is happy. And from your attitude, I think that crosses over because that person might then refer you to somebody else. That might be a big commission, but the only reason they referred you because they said Mira is looking after your good. You know,
and I am humbled to tell that all my clients refer me multiple amount of time. This is how my business grows. I hardly advertise, and I started to do more networking, but from the networking I do right now, it's just such a rewarding thing that people come and then it becomes like geometric progression, like one person, I get two people, and from them another two, and the business grows that way. It's just
how long has your business been in Fair Lawn itself?
I came to Fair Lawn in 2011. So from that point, I'm in Fair Lawn. And we moved to this location 2 years ago.
And where is your office if somebody wanted to?
Our office is on 16-00 Route 208 on the southbound.
Right. Okay.
Pain in the neck to get here because even if you're on Fair Lawn, you still have to get on the highway to get here because the only entrance to our building is from the highway.
Right. Okay. And so what is your main service? You said that you do work with, of course, the elderly. Are you putting them into life insurance? What kind of product?
No, no. With the people who are 65, they may need other things because I am a natural networker. So I have people in every profession. So they may be interested in estate planning, for instance.
Sure.
How do they organize all their assets to transfer them further in a correct way? I work with, now the financial advisor is in the sense of investment advisor is now also my resource. So when people tell me I'm retiring, I have a 401k, I don't know what to do with it, I place them in the best hands I know because I'm in these hands myself. With all my knowledge and experience, I trust an individual that helps my people. People come to me, it's all my life actually in this business. People come to me and they want to be friends and they want to tell me their whole life and they want to tell me their problems. And I am a resource. This morning, I received a call from a young woman who has a disability. And she didn't know exactly what to do and how to get paid and blah, blah, blah. And today with the COVID, everything is just in a standstill. And she called me this morning and she said, Mira, thank you so much. You helped me. And this has made my day, because making a difference in people's lives is a huge, huge thing for me. It feeds my soul. It feeds my ego. It feeds my energy to continue because I'm not that young, I'm already my Medicare age myself, but I feel very, very young because I'm empowered. And I'm actually very much in love with my husband. It's my second marriage and he is a D in my DMK Pro. So David is my husband. extremely talented musician, very inspiring person, my huge support, and
Play. What
amazing.
play?
And Clara is a K, who is my daughter and who is also apple of my eye. And these are the most favorite people in my life. But I'm surrounded with amount of friends, and that circle is growing, because even so I don't go and have barbecues with these people who I'm working with, but they are essentially energetically my friends.
That's one.
And I feel it.
Quick question: what does your husband play? What kind of musician is?
My husband is a pianist, and he is more into jazz and blues, even so classically trained and can play any classical piece. But he's a composer. He with the COVID and with not being able to, he also teaches. But in the meantime, he composed a piano concerto. He calls it funky piano concerto because he's very funky musician, very funny.
Yeah.
And he's now working on a symphony.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He has many, many songs.
My other side of my life, I run a record label called ACM Records. I've been in the music business for well over 40 years.
Wow.
And we represent a couple of Russian composers. Believe it or not, I have another composer that wrote like 24 symphonies, a guy named Lasher Norman. So we'll discuss this after. That's
so maybe you have to meet my husband.
Terrific. So as we're getting to the end of your spotlight, just one last thing. Since the COVID-19, that we've all been in this, has that changed strategies for certain of your clients? Or, if they're steady the course, they stay steady. How has this pandemic might have changed some strategies?
Well, fortunately, because I personally can conduct my business remotely, and I've done it even before COVID, because if people are in South Jersey and it's hard for them to come here, or in Brooklyn, we do everything over the phone, over the email and mail, whatever. But so my business did not change. But in Medicare business didn't change. People can't help to turn 65. or what happened actually is that many people who were sticking to their employer plans have no choice any longer because their jobs are terminated. And so now they come to me and I have to help them with that transition, because there's more steps here that they have to take and they need clarification. So I help them with that. With my group insurance people, I needed to help them a lot to stay with their plans and to delay the payment. So I was instrumental to help them to sign the appropriate paperwork, and so they don't lose the insurance and they keep having it and being insured.
Well, in a way, you do still have to be proactive and to understand the situation where you were and where we're going to. So you help them with that to analyze if what changes they might need.
Absolutely. Yes, I am on top of it, all of that, and correspond with them all the time.
That's terrific. It's really great to meet you. Your attitude, your positivity, I'm sure shows is just enlightening. That anybody that meets you or is looking for somebody that needs financial services or in any way and from you, I'm sure would be delighted to be working with you.
Ellen, I help people in the areas where they are not my clients in health insurance, but they have with COVID. I have a client who's COVID. His wife is my client. He's not. They got $1 million bills because somebody screwed up with the reviewing of their claims and everything. So what I'm doing right now, I've got everything, all the information, I'm helping them. So people have to understand that I'm not doing only what brings me income, brings me revenues. I do everything that my clients need in my power.
Sure. That's terrific.
Important.
Let me ask you a question as we wrap up, because we are doing this for the Fair Lawn Chamber. How long have you been a member with the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce?
I think it's my second year.
Oh, just second year. So you're relatively new.
Yeah.
So this is a terrific spotlight. Now people will know who you are. Were you at any of the meetings earlier, when we were able to meet?
You know what? I've been so busy And I spoke to Tony. I said, Tony, I want to participate in everything, but it's only 24 hours a day. And I want to accommodate because many people, you see the phone. Did you hear how many times the phone rang here?
Right. Hey, I told you to shut the phone off, didn't I?
Oh, I just don't know how to shut this one off. Actually, yes, I can.
It's okay.
Because, okay, but because I'm needed, so I have to do what I have to do. But as soon as everything becomes a little bit, my assistant is not working because of all this situation. So when things become a little bit more normal, I will resume my participation with a wonderful group of our Fair Lawn Chamber.
Yeah, I find it is rewarding in the way that you do get to meet a lot of people, and that you could share, of course, your company and these experiences. And as small businesses, we are the backbone of the economy, the U.S.
Sure.
By networking and understanding each other's, ups and downs, I think it makes us as small companies, a little bit more aware, and that we can work together. And I think the Fair Lawn Chamber does a great job of that, of trying to bring people together with their events. And of course, we've been stuck right now, but these spotlights do help. So this
is great. I mean, I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
So let's finish up our portion right now. Do you have a last thing to say to anybody, or inspiration, a closing statement from you?
I think that the biggest thing in life is to tell people, this is what I have to contribute to your happiness. This is what I can give you. I tell young women, when you go out and talk to the universe, don't tell them, give me, send me this guy. No, say, this is what I have to offer. This is who I am. This is what my energy is like. Now, see what you can do with that. So this is my attitude in life. What I can give, what I can offer. This is what I wrote on my J date, and how I attracted my beautiful husband, as I described what I can contribute into relationships. So these relationships are all around us. So our pattern of behavior is the same with a spouse, with a friend, with a child, with a coworker. We are who we are in every set of these situations. So I maintain my integrity in whatever I do.
That's fantastic. Really inspiring, not only for your business, but also inspiring as us as humans, totally. So I'd like to thank, again, Mira Segal of DMK Pro.
D, not fee. D as David.
D as in D.
Yeah.
M as in Mira, and K.
DMK. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mira.
My pleasure.
I'll it up now to any of our other guests. If the guests would like to come on, you're more than welcome, and announce yourself. You're more than welcome to come back on. And we'll have a little networking before we close out for today.
Oh, hi, Mira. This is Tamara from Bergen Community College. I am just...
Sorry, Tamara. Put your video on.
Oh, sure. Sorry about that. Let's see. Start video. There we go. I'm just so amazed by your attitude. I think that you're one of those people that it wouldn't have mattered where you land. You're going to be fine. And it's just your attitude. I'm so curious. And I'm so glad that you brought up, Alan, about having to come here and take all these menial jobs when you were an engineer, and you just said you were so excited to be here that you didn't let it, you weren't resentful, you didn't have a chip on your shoulder. I can't get over that. I just think that's amazing. And I mean, just, you made me feel so good just to listen to you talk and tell your story. I'm very curious about your story too. I love when everybody has a story, right? And I would love to hear more about that maybe another time, but I know this is a business setting, and I mean, who wouldn't buy from you? So.
Well, I am very lucky. I'm very lucky because who I am works for me, and it comes naturally. I don't have to do anything additional, just being myself. Mm-hmm. But I learn all the time, and I had to study, and I constantly study. And one of the things about me, I never stop learning. I never stop improving my English because I'm still, it's my second language.
Right. It's fantastic.
I actually speak Spanish which I picked up because when I was working as a chemical engineer, most of the people who worked in the factory had trouble learning English. So I said, hey, I am capable of learning. So I speak fluent Spanish as well.
Incredible.
So, it's a lot of fun. Life is fun. It's what you contribute to it makes it interesting and fun. And I love my business because I meet people, they're amazing. They come here and they are happy and their eyes are sparkling and we all become friends. So it's great. Thank you very much for your comment, dear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Tam, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, sure. So I'm the manager of business development at Bergen Community College through continuing education. It's the corporate training. I started to blurt all that out before, sorry. And we do customized training. So if, for example, recently, I have a company, as Mira was talking about being able to speak Spanish, that sells a lot of Spanish foods. They're a Spanish food distributor. And they needed to do a supervisor training with their staff. And they needed it to be in Spanish. So luckily I had someone who is an excellent instructor, and she's trilingual, and she was able to do the presentation or the training in Spanish. So that's just one example. We do also the NJBIA courses, which are free grant funded courses for businesses in the state of New Jersey. So you could be, it doesn't matter, it's not about your employees' social security numbers or anything like that. It's really just about your tax ID number, and then you and your employees could take free classes. And yeah, we do a lot of other trainings. We have a lot of in-high school programs that we're really starting to grow that are early career. The credit side does the early college where students can get credit classes, but on my side of the college, our early career is probably for that student that may not go to college. So we're helping them to get training in areas of logistics, warehousing, light manufacturing, child care development, medical assistant. There's more programs we can expand to, but we're trying to manage it correctly. If you do
Are you guys going to be, I'm sure most of it's all online right now. When is the college expected to reopen? Is there a date?
Well, I think what's going to happen is that they're really going to probably classes that can be online will stay online, and for things such as health professions or in some other areas. We haven't heard about manufacturing yet. That's a different building. I think that the ones that have to be on campus for certain clinicals and other things will be there for that part, but the rest will probably be online. I have a feeling. That's my feeling.
Yeah, because I know a lot of students. My daughter was a bio major. She's graduated.
Yes.
Obviously, they canceled all the labs, and
Yes.
that you need to be on campus for to really. That must have been rough for most students, Yeah.
It's been the college. I thought did a great job, but yeah, now for employees, everybody was it was funky. It was weird. I kind of felt depressed at first.
Yeah.
It was strange. I had a hard time emotionally with the adjustment. And then, like all things in life, you start to kind of get used to it slowly. And now we're so busy. I didn't really know how to make my job remote. Yeah. And we just all kind of had to figure it out.
I mean, myself too, besides everything else that I do, I'm also a professor at William Patterson.
Oh, really? What do you teach?
Well, I teach the music business department.
Oh, you said that. Yeah, you did that before, yeah.
So we were able to adapt, the lecture classes, which went pretty well. And to my surprise, the students adapted pretty well. There were a few students that had a lot of personal problems, of course, when it really first started, but then they adapted. The ensembles were a little hard. I also teach an ensemble, but, I think this and any business, Mira, Tam, and whoever else is online, you have to adjust to your environment. And that was what makes you survive and be successful is, life gives a lot of curveballs, just like in regular life, your career and your business has to be able to readapt pretty quickly.
Mira's certainly good at adapting. So,
and also, we do have another guest online. Would you like to say? Oh, I can only see the top of your head. There you go.
Oh, I'm doing two things at once. I'm Stacy from Select Wellness.
I was going back and forth. I got to let. Well, hi. I don't believe I met you. And what's your name?
I'm Stacy from Select Wellness. We're located on Saddle River Road in Fair Lawn, and we do chiropractic, acupuncture, physical therapy, and massage. We also have offices in Westwood and Fairfield as well. Yeah. We are part of the chamber. I have gone to meetings in the past, and then I got your invite, so I decided to go on just to let you guys know that we are here. If you need any of our services, we do take most insurances as well.
And do you specialize in one area or another, or all therapy?
All chiropractic, acupuncture. We're doing a lot now with acupuncture with allergies, sinuses, headaches, migraines.
And
we do physical.
How do you adapt to that? Obviously, you were closed down, but is your business?
We've actually been open the whole time. We were just seeing less people, but we went back to a full schedule about 2 weeks ago. But, we're following the protocol, taking the temperature when you come in, filling out a form, make sure, you haven't been traveling or anything. And, we deal with a lot of teachers because during the school year, we do presentations at all schools in Bergen and Passaic County. So all the teachers are coming in from just sitting home doing the remote learning in front of a laptop all day. So they're coming in with back and neck pain.
Sure.
And they come in, they love the chiropractic. And you always get a complimentary massage with any service. So they love that. You get a 15-minute massage before you're done.
That's right. And what is your position at the...
I am the marketing director. So my job has changed a little bit because of COVID. Every day I'm at a different school doing a presentation of our services, as well as I go to all the towns. I go to the municipal buildings, the DPWs. I do all the PBA meetings in Bergen County. I've been doing this for many years.
Yeah.
So I basically go out, I do a presentation. Excuse me?
You do marketing for many years or for this particular company for many years?
This company, 12 years. Before this, I was with another company in Paramus. So every day I'm somewhere doing a presentation about our services.
That's terrific.
So, about 80% of our patients are teachers. All the teachers come in.
Yeah.
They love it.
I'm sure.
They love it.
You also have acupuncture there as well?
Yeah, the acupuncture is wonderful. Like I said, we're doing a lot now with allergies, sinuses, headaches, migraines. We do fertility, stress, any kind of pain you're having. It's wonderful. Everyone loves the acupuncture. And like I said, with that service too, it's always followed up with a 15-minute massage on the table.
That's great.
So, everyone, it loves it. We're right on Saddle River Road. We used to be on Moorlot Avenue for many years. But we're the old Chase building across from Harold Farms, where that used to be.
Yeah. Terrific.
If you know where that is? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys have to come visit us. It's great.
That's terrific. Well, thank you for joining us today. So we have a small but mighty crowd here today. So
yes,
I appreciate both of you being on, and at some time, if either one of you like to be the spotlight, we can spotlight your company where you have a little bit more time, like Mira did today. So you're more than welcome to speak to Tony or email me. And I know Tony sends out the information. So I want to thank Tony, who is here somewhere online. And thank you, Tony. Once again, to wrap this up, I want to thank our special guest and our spotlight today with Mira Segal of DMK Pro, and they are financial service professionals here in Fair Lawn. Please look them up. A small company in town, but wonderful, wonderful. Mira is a wonderful woman, as you saw on this interview. So thank you, Mira. Thank you, Stacy, Tam, for joining us, and of course, Tony. My name is Alan Cohen. I am the Managing Director of Living Great Real Estate here in Fair Lawn. I want to thank the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce for letting us have this spotlight event. I like to thank the Fair Lawn Chamber, and I like to thank everybody that enjoyed this event today. And please stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, and we're coming out of this real soon. And it's a pleasure to speak to everybody today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best wishes.